listening to WBHM, Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experienced Radio, broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
And we are back. We are still trying to get Justice on the phone because I'm telling you.
Justice Howard, my co-author, she's a fabulous photographer. I'm not only doing things in New Orleans for Halloween, I'm doing things in Los Angeles. And next Friday, we're doing a wonderful book signing for the new book, Voodoo, Conjure and Sacrifice, by Justice Howard's photo and me. I did the writing as Bloody Mary. So she's going to have 6-foot photos there, a little bit of burlesque show. We're going to do a voodoo blessing, and Lethal Gallery in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, I believe.
That's what I hear.
On 5th Street, and it's called Lethal Gallery. It's going to be a fabulous party. Hopefully she'll be calling in soon. If not, you got to get the book. Now, I've got my first book, which is still doing really well. That's Hauntings, Horrors, and Dancing with the Dead. But this book just came out late June. Early July, and this is our official book signing party in LA. I'm also doing a voodoo class on swamp magic at the Green Man in North Hollywood, and doing a ghost hunt at the Mystic Museum in LA as well. So we got the Mystic Museum class on Wednesday, we got the Tuesday Green Man, and Friday is the big event. So that is at Lethal Gallery and Justice Howard.
This is the first time that I have experienced her work, and she is brilliant. The photos in here are just fantastic. The depth of them is beautiful. I'm a photographer, and
I did not know that.
I am. I don't do it as much anymore because, sadly, time. But it is, her work is exquisite. The use of light, the way that she can just emphasize everything, the poses that she has these people in. Yeah, she did.
And many of those are very famous.
Yes.
Those are many famous people in LA, musicians, all sorts of different people in there. I don't know them all, but they are very well known, and many of them that have their own spirit connections in voodoo or Santeria, right. or at least are looking for those spiritual connections.
For her self-portrait alone, I mean, her self-portrait is stunning.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's
she's fun.
She's a very fun person, and it's going to be a wicked party. So I definitely want everyone to come. So we are going to be in the book signing in Los Angeles, October 5th, 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. And that will be one of the free events, and that is at Lethal Art Gallery in Los Angeles. And I'll be doing one here. Go to my website and see all the different things, both in the little LA here and the better known LA, Los Angeles. Will all be listed out. And buy the book. You read the book.
I read the book.
You said that you didn't know some of the things about voodoo, or you were surprised how much it really did tell you more than you had already known, right?
Well, it told me more about you in your writing. I learned more about you reading this, and I was very taken. As I said, I love the artistry of Justice's work, and I am just so blown away by the combination, because I know that you were striking this strictly, well, not strictly, you were enjoying everything else too, but you were bringing the spiritual side into these extreme photographs,
Right.
and they're not extreme
Because
in a
a
bad
woman
way.
they can be both. Well, there's some partial nudity, which some people didn't understand at all, but it brings it into a more modern era of tattoos and body and, body and spirit, which we have to balance that, right?
You
We have
do.
to
I mean, absolutely.
body and soul, So that is a real important thing. So yeah, people say things about that, but it's a great book. She's a great photographer.
Yes,
She may
she is.
be time difference may have confused things, or the show might have went too long into one of she has to go photograph a lot of very famous musicians
Well,
when they're
she
out at the
does.
gig.
I mean,
So
that's her
maybe that's
job.
where she is. But she will definitely be at the party on Friday. I will definitely be there giving blessings out and face the magic, face the book that is called Voodoo, Conjure and Sacrifice.
Yes.
And that's Schiffer Press.
Mm-hmm.
Schiffer Books, Schiffer Publications. It's a beautiful coffee table book. Full color photos. It's really hard to get publishers to go for these days, with books dwindling in, hard books dwindling in their sales and more things going on ebooks. This is a book you want to keep and put on
This
your
is one you want. This is a book you want to hand. It's hardback. It's the cover art I included in the event simply because, your first book was beautiful. Not just the inside, but the cover was beautiful.
I had no choice on the cover of that one.
It was still gorgeous.
But it's the cemetery one, yes.
Yes. And then this one, Justice has just done such a great job with the selection, and you have a little bit of everything voodoo involved in the cover.
Yeah, I mean, she made all those people in her. I mean, she put all those lovely outfits together. She put all the
She did the costuming?
Yeah, well, she chose. Absolutely. I mean, she chose what everyone would wear. I mean, I did a couple of them. We said, okay, we collaborated. That I said, okay, if we're going to do Erzuli, she's got to wear pink. And if we do this one, she's got to wear that. Because the spirits have favorite colors, favorite days of the week, favorite offerings. So some of which were reflected in the pictures. Some of them weren't. And then they have the veves, the symbol signatures. Mm-hmm. So we had to add, she had a great access to a lot of snakes. So that was good for all the Damballa and snake elements of voodoo, since she has so many around her and people around her with them that, that was all good.
Well,
and beautiful models and tattoo. She's done a wonderful tattoo book, and she does many of the stars and lots of musicians, all of their pictures. She said that she says that her phone never rang. Just call her again. 213-820.
Well, let's see if we can get her in here. Y'all will get to experience the fun of this. And I'm telling you, I know we don't have very much time, but I really want y'all to get to speak or hear Justice speak, because her creativity is just beautiful. So,
she's coming in. So I make sure I got this. Is definitely the phone number, and it's the phone number that you call. So,
hello, Justice.
Hello.
Hello. Yay. Hi. We were just talking about you.
Uh-oh.
No, we were talking
and the very best.
The marvels of your beautiful photography and the party. Okay. Say something about the party before they close us off. But I said a lot. You say more. What about the party? Talk about
the party. It's just going to be awesome. Everybody in LA is coming, and we have awesome stuff going on. It's basically, as Mary probably reiterated, it's an art gallery show. Mm-hmm. Because I'm blowing up all the images from the book like 6 feet high, so they'll be really impressive. And we're selling some books so that everybody can get them there, and Mary and I can sign them, which is a fun thing for people. And then I have conga players. I got burlesque dancers. It's just going to be a fun night, and we're going to have a little after party, a little 1 hour after party from midnight to 1, and it's just going to be a cool deal. The gallery is a prominent gallery in Los Angeles. They just had a big article written about them in the LA Times. They're called Lethal Amounts, and they're on 1226 West 7th, kind of close to downtown. So that's very fun. And, Mary's coming, so that's very fun.
That is very fun.
A voodoo blessing and an opening. And the spirits are coming, too. We're going to call them.
They are. My boy told me he's going to be there. So, yeah.
So the Baron will be there. And all the rest. Yes, we want to invite the spirits, because everything we do, we invite the spirits. And we're going to toast to them, too. So give them your emails or your websites or your Facebook.
Oh, it's just, on Facebook, I'm just Justice Howard. My website is justicehoward.com. And Instagram, same thing, Justice Howard. It's easy. And if anybody wants to go and see my work, it's a lot of my stuff is on justicehoward.com. And, really quick, very quickly, the story of the book was I started doing this crazy project and called my publisher and I said I want to do a book on voodoo because I was burnt out with so many other styles of things. And I started it like 2 years ago and just called Mary up out of the blue. And I said, hey, do you want to do this crazy book with me? And she was like, yeah. So that's how that all happened. And here we are 2 years later, and it's very successful. I went into Wacko's, Mary. It's in both Wacko stores in Los Angeles, and they bought 10 copies. Only 2 were left, so that's a great sign. It sold out.
I know a lot of Wackos here, but I don't know Wacko's over there.
Wacko's is a bookstore on Melrose.
Kidding. Okay.
And that's cute. And bookstore on Melrose and in Silver Lake, and it's a huge bookstore. And what I thought was really interesting was that Mary, we were in the religion section.
Interesting.
Well, yes, we should be. It's a religion.
Yeah.
You keep wanting to push it to horror. I said it's religion, spiritually, and metaphysics. You weren't, that's where it belongs.
Right. But I was hoping we could snag a lot of the horror crowd, because it's, some of the images in it are a little bit dark. And
that's definitely where we still are not gelling on the thing, because it's not about horror. It's about the religion and the spirituality and the reality of it. I don't think there's really horror involved, but I know what you mean, like horror as far as shock value.
Yeah.
Well, it does have shock value, but it is good. And Justice, I want to tell you,
it's a lot of art.
Justice, I wanted to tell you that one of my favorite parts through here, and it's funny that you were talking about the Baron, Mary, because I wasn't paying attention to where I was here. But the quote was, if you want something generic, go to someone else. Yeah. And Justice, I think that is you to a T. And I've never met you.
Oh, thank you.
But
that's pretty much. And I just have no interest in anything mainstream. I leave that to everybody else. And, if somebody wants something different, they're going to come to me. And my brain thinks a little bit differently. So
that's a good thing.
That way, and that's the way that we gel.
That is totally the way that you gel.
And that is how we do gel, because neither one of us wants to do just what everybody typical is doing everywhere else. It's a different way about it. And Spirit kind of forced it to work.
Well, they did. And we've got less than a minute left. And Justice, I apologize for not being able to get through because I wanted some time with you. And I'm glad that you were able to get back in touch and say, it didn't ring, try again, because this has been, I love your work. I am so impressed with you.
Oh.
And
well, thank you so much.
That's one photographer to another. I just think that you do a great job. And thank you for being here. I appreciate that. But we've got...
Oh, thank you. And I will... Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, we've got about 20 seconds. So say what you want.
Come Friday. Come meet her in person. Come meet us both. In LA.
Yeah.
Next Friday, October 5th, Los Angeles.
5. Yep.
And that is...